Hi everybody, it's David Kino with Basecamp Trading, and this is the free video for Tuesday, July 30th, 2019. So I wanted to record a little bit of a later video today because I just wanted to see how Apple did with its second quarter earnings. So it did beat expectations, and the stock is up a little bit under 3%. The initial reaction, yeah, we're actually right about 3% as of right now, 215. You can see the stock closed at 208.78. So we are moving a little bit higher here, up about 6.5, 6 1/3 points. Again, just reported earnings per share was reported was $2.18 versus the $2.10 estimated or consensus estimates. Now, please keep in mind the consensus estimates have been being revised lower. The revenue number is 53.8 billion versus 53.39 billion estimated. And again, looking at fourth quarter revenue guidance, we're looking at 61 to 64 billion versus the basically 61 billion estimate. So they're kind of revising it up a little bit. The one thing to keep in mind, iPhone revenue, 25.99 billion expected versus the expected 26.31 billion. So iPhone revenue fell short. Services revenue was 11.46 billion versus 11.61 billion. So again, a good quarter for Apple, good revenue. As you can see, he's saying great on the services, unbelievable on the wearables. Again, iPhone, the Apple Watch, it is a pretty good watch and has been doing quite well. They're saying significant progress on the iPhone. I don't know what that means. Maybe progress towards the Q3 traditional release date for the new iPhone for this year. And then good progress on China. There was a little bit of worry about China, but the performance in China was actually pretty strong, different from the previous quarters. And it looks like there was a Chinese value-added tax cut that was a big help. And then regarding any concerns between U.S.-China trade, he said when countries are meeting and talking, it's better than not. So I guess that's his obtuse way saying we're hoping for resolution with this. And again, so looking at it, I guess the markets were relieved that Apple beat earnings and is rising slightly, up about 3%. Now, the one thing to keep in mind, we've been running higher here in Apple, putting in a new high at 210.64 recently, and we've since fallen back a little bit. Now, this is not an all-time high, but we just want to keep an eye on this, that this strong price action led up to earnings. A lot of times is if you get a nice earnings beat like this, but it was not something outstanding, that you could get a nice jump up to looking like 217, 218, and then falling back at the open the next day. So I guess the proof will be, what does the daily bar look like tomorrow? It is positive for the overall market. Apple is up, almost 3.8%. I think this little jump recently we just actually saw was kind of the start of the conference call. And again, the biggest concern for me is actually the fact that iPhone sales miss estimates, and that's already a decreased estimate number. And the sales are down 13% versus last year. And last year wasn't the strongest sales year for the Apple iPhone. I really think you're looking at Q3, Q4 sales being rather on the slim side, because the markets really are not looking at this year's model as a very big upgrade year. Because 2020 is when it's been rumored that the iPhone released next October will actually be the 5G model, and therefore be much more advanced than the current one, which is just an incremental upgrade to what's out there now. And what's out there now is being discounted. So again, we just have to see how the market reacts tomorrow and see which way to trade it from there. Thanks.